This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight. It has been a hot and humid one across southern Wisconsin today as summer really gets into full swing. Taking a live look downtown along the Union Terrace at this hour, this extended holiday weekend with some great weather for all things outdoors, but that may be coming to an end this week. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, Eric, eventually this humidity will translate into showers and thunderstorms, probably over the next couple of days, although a few of us could see a shower or thunderstorm tonight. Visible cloud tracking, you see how thunderstorms erupted across parts of northeastern Wisconsin this afternoon as a weak cold front drifts southward. Most of the thunderstorm activity is over northeastern Wisconsin, but one lone little cell made it into the northern portion of Juneau and Adams County, but right now that is weakening as it pushes toward the south and east. So very few of us will probably see a shower or thunderstorm this evening, but we can't rule one out. High temperatures today, upper 80s in Madison. Unofficially, we've hit 88 so far, but Janesville, Kenosha, Milwaukee, La Crosse all topped out at 95 degrees today, and temperatures are still in the upper 80s to lower 90s across southern Wisconsin. And with dew point temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s, this is what it feels like. The heat index, 92 in Madison, 102 in La Crosse, and 96 in Milwaukee. By tomorrow morning, we'll only drop to 71 degrees. We'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms develop for some areas late tomorrow afternoon with a high of 88. Better chances for rain occur tomorrow night, and that'll be followed by cooler weather for Wednesday. I'll have more details in the forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. And as always, for your latest forecasts on the go, download our free Channel 3000 weather app, local radar, forecasts, and notifications all on your phone. Well, next at 6, the Madison City Council member is looking to do something as the city's largest homeless encampment grows larger. But advocates say people should be allowed to live in Rindall Park until there's a permanent solution. Adam Duxter spoke with both sides and joins us now with what you need to know ahead of tomorrow's vote. Adam?
Well, after months of back and forth from the city, hours-long city council meetings, and an eviction, and then a canceled eviction, another proposal is on its way to put an end to people living at Rindall Park. It's put both sides at odds once again. Garrett Arthur Olson is one of a handful that have called Rindall Park home from the beginning.
It's nice, it's peaceful, it's you're able to get your thoughts together. It's a brotherly, sisterly thing, kings and queens, people that care about each other equally.
Olson, like a number of others who live here, was evicted from living at McPike Park earlier this year. In early May, he feared he'd be forced to uproot once again.
I felt like that day we were treated like property. Physically.
Shortly after, Madison City Council delayed a decision whether or not to dismantle Rindall after nearly a 10-hour-long meeting. Tomorrow,
we shouldn't be looking at living outside is okay.
Newly elected Alder Gary Halverson, who represents this area, will debut a new proposal.
I mean, we all want the same thing. We all want the individuals experiencing homelessness to get the help and on the path towards long-term housing. I believe that's what we want. That's what I want.
Homeless advocates say the proposal, which would restore the park to its intended use, is irresponsible, not only giving those like Garrett Arthur Olson no time to find a new home, but not offering a permanent solution either.
I understand this is not ideal. I understand that people feel they can't fully use the park. However, as we are searching for ideal, we have to be realistic. If they leave here, if the city is successful in just enforcing them out, it doesn't mean they're going to be unsheltered. It just means they're going to be other places that are harder to find.
In June, Halverson proposed building a tiny home village to help with the transition process. However, that idea is still in committee. Halverson would need 14 of the 20 city council members to vote with him, and Mayor Rhodes Conway has already come out against the proposal.
A story we will continue to follow closely. Adam, thank you. A portion of the interstate still closed tonight in Rock County following a crash more than 8 hours ago. This morning, about 9:30, multiple vehicles, including a semi, were involved in the crash near Janesville by Town Line Road. The semi was engulfed in flames. The State Patrol didn't specify how many other vehicles were involved, but say one driver suffered minor injuries. All lanes in both directions actually had to be closed due to the significant cleanup effort spanning several hundred feet of road. The southbound lanes reopened this afternoon, but the northbound lanes are still being rerouted. We'll have an update on the story in a few minutes as well. A crash this weekend took the life of a motorcyclist. This was near the Dane-Columbia County line. It happened Sunday, County Highway N in Columbus. The motorcyclist, a 50-year-old Cottage Grove resident, ultimately died at the scene. They were not wearing a helmet at the time of the crash. Investigators say the driver left the roadway, entered a ditch. Authorities say alcohol may have been a factor in the crash, but they say speed was not. Madison police have not announced any arrests yet in connection with an overnight shooting. This happened on Verona Road near the Beltline. They left a young man dead early this morning around 1. Police responded to a report of a shooting near the BP gas station. Police said a 23-year-old man was found with bullet wounds. He was taken to the hospital but later died. Police have not released any information about possible suspects or a motive. The search continues for missing 22-year-old Parker Cruz after a two-boat collision in Greene County. His recovery team spent the morning searching the Wisconsin River in Sauk County, for the young man who DNR representatives say went missing Saturday afternoon. Talil Muhaddin is at the Wisconsin Riverside Resort where friends and family have gathered. Talil?
The DNR rescue teams are done for the day, but Parker Cruz's family is still here, and they say they'll be here as long as it takes. Now, I did get a chance to talk to those who knew Parker best. They described him as an old soul, a humble individual, and very hardworking.
Well, I don't wish this on any parent out there because it's tough on them, let me tell you.
When parents Joel Cruz and Jackie Johnson Cruz first heard the news that their son had gone missing, they were in a state of disbelief.
To have the sheriff come to your door and ask you if you're somebody's parent. It's the worst. You never want to go through this. You never want to.
Families say 22-year-old Parker Cruz was on the Wisconsin River with friends when he rushed to the aid of a man who he saw thrown from his boat.
He was selfless.
He's
every
a hero.
day.
Yeah.
Every day.
He's a hero. He's a true hero, just like the heroes here trying to recover him.
Parker's mom says the moral to this tragic story is to wear your life jacket.
If that guy would have had his life jacket on that he helped, you know, we might not be in this situation.
It's not his fault. It's nobody's fault, but I think things can be learned from this experience.
Parker's mother.
Talil Muhaddin reporting emergency responders rescued 2 people who became stranded on their paddle boards in Lake Michigan off the coast of Whitefish Bay. Dispatchers received a call from a woman about 10 last night saying she and a friend were stranded on paddleboards somewhere in the lake. Dispatchers pinged her cell phone to find the location. The Milwaukee Fire Department and the Coast Guard responded. A police drone finally spotted them, and 2 State Department of Natural Resources wardens rescued them with a boat. Neither paddleboarder was injured. 6 UW system schools are moving ahead with this fall's start dates, despite calls for change from Jewish community members. UW-Madison, La Crosse, Oshkosh, Parkside, Stout, and Superior all have scheduled classes to begin September 7th or 8th, which is the Tuesday and Wednesday after Labor Day. Rosh Hashanah, which marks the start of the Jewish New Year, starts unusually earlier this year, beginning on September 6th, ending on September 8th. A new UW study says as many as 1/3 of Wisconsin's gray wolves likely died at the hands of humans in the months after the federal government ended the animal's legal protections. The study released today says poaching and a February hunt that far exceeded kill quotas were largely responsible for the drop-off. Researchers say the findings should raise doubt about having another hunting season this fall and serve notice to wildlife managers in other states with wolves. Milwaukee Bucks are now in Phoenix, getting ready for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Fans gathered outside the airport today cheering on players as they arrived at the private gate to board their flight. Every player drew applause and cheers, especially as fans recognized them through often tinted windows in their vehicles. Game 1 will start tomorrow. It's at 8 o'clock. And in addition to the thousands of fans outside the Deer District, the Bucks plan to open 10,000 seats inside Fiserv Forum for fans to watch the finals during their away games. Now, tickets will be just $10 for those. They're located in the lower bowl of Fiserv. They'll allow fans to watch the game in air conditioning on the arena's state-of-the-art scoreboard. Tickets are on sale for games 1 and 2. More to come at 6. Up next, Gary will have our full forecast, including a substantial drop in temperatures this week, plus what businesses are doing now to try and attract more teen workers, specifically during these summer months. Stay with us.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
He's here! He's here!
It's happening!
What can I get you, young man?
Free installation!
Coming right up.
Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Free installation. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Free installation on windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The FBI is investigating what may become one of the world's largest ransomware attacks. A Russia-based cyber criminal group called R-Evil is demanding a $70 million ransom. The attack affects hundreds of businesses, including financial service firms and the European grocery chain Co-op. Yesterday, the chain closed down most of its 800 stores for a second day because their cash register software had shut down. The number of teens in the workforce is at its highest rate since 2008. It comes after a year where there was a record low number of teens at work. Kate Overton talked with teenage workers in La Crosse to find out why so many are looking to get paid.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
McDonald's is one food chain that hires a lot of teen workers.
About 50% of our staff currently are high school students.
With things like flexible schedules and tuition programs, they target them specifically.
We're an education-first employer and really work with their school schedule and all of their activities.
Grace Frost is a 16-year-old manager at McDonald's and says she wanted to start working at a young age so she could start preparing for her future.
I wanted to make money and I wanted to get the experience of working with other people and get those leadership skills because they're going to be really, really helpful when I graduate from high school and whatever I decide to do with my career.
Frost says working as a team can be tough, but knows she has to find a balance.
It can be just with how much you're doing during the school year.
The Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development says many fast food chains and other businesses are always trying to top each other with their work styles so they can recruit teen workers.
And we have seen some wage increases in some of those industries that attract young workers due to just the competition for workers and businesses trying to attract the kids into their businesses.
Workforce Development also says that teen workers have been increasing for the last 10 years, but the post-pandemic job hunt made everything spike.
Well, in the short term here, pre or post-COVID, I think a lot of it is, one, the opportunities are there. Two, a lot of the other events that competed for that, if they were camps or schooling, summer schools, things like that, many of those things have been postponed.
That was Kate Overton reporting. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the jobless rate for teens dropped to 9.6% in May. That is the lowest since November of way back in 1953. During the pandemic, that rate spiked as high as 32%, mainly due to businesses that typically hire teens, of course, being shut down. All right, still to come tonight, how a canceled meeting is causing oil prices to once again rise on the global scale. Plus, tropical storm Elsa making landfall. This was in Cuba today. We'll take a closer look at the risk it poses to the U.S. mainland. And we'll get a look at our local first warn forecast, what we can expect for the shortened work week ahead. Stay with
us. Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it around my teeth and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip in your mouth for 30 minutes.
I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, I'm one of those people I'm like obsessed with white teeth. The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Show off your white smile this 4th of July and call for your 5-minute solution. Order Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free. Plus, you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The owners and insurers of the container ship that blocked the Suez Canal back in March have agreed to a settlement. The Ever Given container ship will be allowed to sail this Wednesday. The Suez Canal Authority has been holding the giant ship during the authority's dispute for compensation. No details of the settlement were given. The authority originally demanded over $900 million for salvage efforts and lost revenue. The Japanese-owned vessel became wedged across the canal for 6 days, disrupting global trade. OPEC today canceling a scheduled meeting, dashing hopes for an agreement to increase oil production as the worldwide need continues to grow. Unfortunately, oil prices climbed higher on this news. It comes as Americans hitting the road for the 4th of July holiday are greeted by a 7-year high in gas prices. Thursday, U.S. oil prices finished above $75 a barrel for the first time in nearly 3 years and are now trading at nearly $75.50 a barrel. Several major airlines are waiving change fees for certain Florida cities that could be impacted by Tropical Storm Elsa. Delta, for example, waiving certain change fees for Fort Myers, Key West, Sarasota, and Tampa. American Airlines offering similar waivers for the same cities, but you do have to rebook by July 7th. According to the National Hurricane Center, Elsa made landfall along Cuba's southern coast this afternoon. That storm being blamed now for at least 3 deaths, flooding and extensive damage there in the Caribbean as well. And the system has prompted a tropical storm warning along the west coast of Florida, extending northward. Elsa expected to pass near the Keys early tomorrow and move near or over portions of the west coast of Florida Tuesday and Wednesday. For a closer look at Elsa and its path, here's Gary.
Yeah, tropical storm warnings, Eric, are in effect from the Keys northward along the west coast of Florida. Tropical storm watches have been issued for inland areas away from the coast. Elsa right now right on the southern tip or southern coast of Cuba with maximum sustained winds of about 50 miles an hour, gusts to 65 miles per hour, but it'll move almost perpendicular to the island, so it'll probably spend not too much time over land, so that will allow it to strengthen pretty quickly back to near hurricane force as it moves southwest of Tampa by Tuesday afternoon, and then continues to the north and northeast, eventually through southern Georgia. Probably weaken into a tropical depression, but still bring a fair amount of rain through the Carolinas and into Virginia, maybe as far north as Washington, D.C. and New York City before it moves back out into the Atlantic Ocean, then weakens over the cooler waters of the northern Atlantic Ocean. Around here, there was a thunderstorm that moved in northern Juneau County. You can see how quickly that fell apart as it moved southeastward. A few of us may see an isolated shower or thunderstorm tonight, but but the air aloft is pretty warm, so that keeps thunderstorms from developing. When they do develop, they could bring heavy rain, but they flare up for a short period of time, and then they kind of rain themselves out. Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm over southeastern Wisconsin tonight, mainly for this evening. Tomorrow, that severe weather threat is mainly from about the Portage area and the Dells northward into central Wisconsin. Again, gusty winds and heavy rain probably the main threats. And you can see on future track precipitation through early Thursday afternoon that there will be some areas that pick up perhaps 2 to 3 inches or more of rain. Most areas will get a good ½ inch to an inch of rain generally, but there'll be heavier amounts, 1 to 2 or more inches of rain in the heavier thunderstorms. Tomorrow will be another warm day with high temperatures in the upper 80s with high humidity, but that will give us thunderstorm chances again by tomorrow afternoon. Better chances tomorrow night into Wednesday, and then temperatures turn cooler. Highs only in the lower 70s for Wednesday, and areas north of Madison may not get out of the 60s. On weather track, the heat has really expanded over much of the country, continues unabated out west, but you can see another area with very little in the way of cloud cover allowing the heat to build in the central part of the country. Weak cold front to the north triggering those thunderstorms. North of the front, temperatures aren't really much cooler, but the air is a little bit drier. South of the front, the air is a little more humid. You can see even north of that cold front, Minneapolis right now still at 95, Madison at 88, Milwaukee 93, La Crosse at 95. But the dew point temperatures are highest along and south of the front. North of the front, they go from the 70s in the southern part of the state to the middle 60s in the northern portion of the state. So the heat index right now makes it feel like it's 102 degrees in La Crosse. So for tomorrow, look for a high of 88 degrees. It'll be very warm and humid. We'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms develop in the afternoon. Tonight, any showers and thunderstorms land early this evening. It'll be mainly dry overnight. Then we'll see those thunderstorms pop up tomorrow afternoon. They'll continue into tomorrow night and into Wednesday as well. But Wednesday, those winds will shift around to the northeast, and it turns much cooler with highs in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Again, rainfall amounts, some areas 2 to 3 inches, other areas about a ½ inch to an inch generally. 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures in the 70s through the end of the week. We'll see some shower and thunderstorm chances late week, and then some off and on chances early next week as the humidity levels get back up. I wanted to just take a quick look at first warn traffic. A lot of people traveling back today after the holiday. Again, I-3990 northbound closed, so they're using U.S. Highway 14 and U.S. 51 as a detour to get around Janesville up toward Edgerton. Otherwise, we're seeing delays southbound as traffic heads back to Illinois, so some delays between Janesville and Beloit in the construction zone, and also some delays on I-9094 leading into the junction with I-39 and then southward from there, so expect some elevated travel times. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Well, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is just 1 day away, and Giannis' status is still unknown. But even though he couldn't play in the last 2 games, he still made significant impacts. Coming up, we'll hear from the team.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I learned long ago, if you've got the right tools and a little know-how, you can do it yourself. And no wall of mine's gonna get some dime a dozen paint. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. Premium performance from start to that tough, washable, one-coat finish. It exceeds expectations of what makes great paint. Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. Get 11% off everything, including Pittsburgh Paints and Stains, right now at Menards.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
We are looking for you, the civic-minded community member, to help us get our kids back on the path to success and back to school, plus secure a great part-time job. Cobeson Buses will be hosting a Star-Spangled Driver hiring event on Wednesday, July 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with on-site interviews at Cobeson locations statewide. Test drive a school bus, score some festive door prizes, and new drivers are eligible for an event-only $1,500 hiring bonus. Cobeson is hiring at all terminals. Visit Cobeson.com for a location near you.
The only thing better than tacos is faster tacos. That's why Johnsonville created its new ground taco sausage. That's right, taco sausage. Premium cuts of ground pork authentically seasoned with cumin and garlic. Next taco night, skip the seasoning packets. Just sizzle and serve. Because with new Johnsonville taco sausage, the only thing between your family and tasty tacos is 10 minutes.
Congratulations, Milwaukee! On to the finals. The celebration continues at Dick's Sporting Goods. We're your headquarters for officially licensed Milwaukee Bucks gear for the whole family. Come early or shop online at Dicks.com. Every season starts at Dick's.
Tuesday on News 3 Now this morning, Wisconsin's oldest car dealership is right here in the 608. Josh Breider will tell us all about it.
And Chris Reese has a look at some cooler temperatures in your first warn forecast. We'll see you starting at 4:30.
Just clicking for the Madison Mallards. They capped their 4th of July with a walk-off win in Game 1 against the Kenosha Kingfish. The series finale set for this afternoon, and the Mallards brought their brooms to the park. Kenosha played to run early, but the Mallards are ready to strike back. With a runner on, Alex Idacernia goes opposite field. That's actually heading right towards me. A 2-run shot, and the Mallards take the lead. That's Idacernia's 5th homer on the season. Mallards tack on another run in the 3rd. That's courtesy of a wild pitch. Well, they hold their lead, and they sweep the Kingfish with a 3-2 win. Well, the Bucks are officially in Phoenix, and the countdown to Game 1 with the Suns is just over 24 hours away. Now, a big question on most people's minds, will Giannis be back for the series? Well, right now, the 2-time MVP is listed as day-to-day because of his hyperextended left knee injury. But just because he isn't out there playing doesn't mean he isn't impacting the game. During the Bucks and Hawks Game 6, Giannis was doing what he could from the bench while his team did what they needed to do to finish off the series. Drew Holiday saying afterward, this is probably the most he's seen Giannis talk.
He's motivating everybody. He's motivating me, telling me to push the pace, keep on being aggressive. He's telling me to lock people up. I feel like what he brought to the game, how he leads us, and again, he is pretty quiet, but how talkative he's been has been awesome for us and very, very encouraging.
And the U.S. women's national team finishing up its pre-Olympic schedule today. Final match of the send-off series against Mexico. U.S. in full attack mode, already up 1-0. Carly Lloyd with a sick header to make this a 2-goal game. And of course, Badger Nation is being represented by Rose Lavelle. While it's an eventful first half of this match, an own goal makes it 3-0, and the U.S. is heading to Japan on a high note. They win this one 4-0.
Won't be long. We'll be in the Olympics watching those games again. Gary, final check. Precipitation chances.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty low tonight. You can see the shower thunderstorm dying out around the Dells. Temperatures right now still in the upper 80s to the lower 90s. Dew point temperatures are in the upper 60s to the lower 70s. So it feels like temperatures are in the lower to middle 90s with the heat index. Look for a low tonight 71, high tomorrow 88 with some afternoon thunderstorms. Much cooler for Wednesday with a high of 71 and some rain chances toward the end of the week and the middle of next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. Have a great evening. We'll be back here tonight at 10.